Hey guys, what's going on? Joshua Elder here. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I want to give you guys some email marketing 101. We're going to cover exactly what email marketing is, how you can get started with email marketing, why it's super important. So I've got my computer right here. And by the way, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel because right now I'm uploading videos on a daily basis teaching you how to build a life and business full of freedom, passion, and fulfillment. So slam that red subscribe button, go ahead and tick the bell icon to be notified of all future videos that I upload when I upload them. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so why email marketing? Why should you start an email marketing business, or why should you integrate email marketing inside of your business, whether you're doing affiliate marketing, direct sales, offline, online business? Well, number one, the reason why you should do email marketing is because you actually own the list. You own the email addresses that are logged through an email autoresponder. Okay, so when it comes to like platforms like Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, you actually don't own your subscribers. I don't own you guys. I don't own anybody that I have as a following on Facebook or on Instagram. Like tomorrow, I could lose my following. You know, YouTube could shut down, but when it comes to an email list, you can actually export your email list. You can export those contacts, and they may have given you their email address. They may have given you their personal contact information, first, last name, personal address. They may have given you a lot of information that you can actually keep for yourself and use and save directly to your computer and obviously in the cloud nowadays. So the cool thing about doing email marketing is you actually own the list, where on other social media platforms, you actually don't own anybody, okay? So that's number one. Number two is the fact that people still use email to this day, okay? Email really got started back in the mid-1990s. I think it was 1994, 95. And I remember Gary Vaynerchuk, he actually owned Wine Library, and he helped take his parents' wine business from $3 million all the way up to $60 million in like 4 years. And he did a lot of email marketing back in the mid-90s. And he would get like 90% open rates or 98% open rates and a super high click-through rate. That just means that, out of every 100 people, 98 people would open. And then like 92 people, I believe it was, would actually click the emails. Nowadays, it's not so high, but it still works because people are spamming people's email inboxes. Email is just well known, and chances are you've gone through your email inbox today probably. Notice you've got hundreds, if not thousands of emails that you have to sift through. And so you really have to stand out with your subject line and with your overall, email content as well. But it still works to this day. You still get an ROI on email if you use it the right way. There's certain hacks that you can use. We'll talk about them in this video that will help you stand out amongst the crowd. And it will give you the chance to follow up with people that don't buy the first time, okay? When you expose people to an offer, chances are they're going to look at the offer and they're not going to take any action the very first time because of various reasons. They don't really know a lot about you. They don't really know a lot about the offer and whether it's going to help them. So what they do is they tend to fill out their email address on what's called the capture page, right? The whole purpose of the capture page is to capture the email address. It's a little landing page, and then it sends people straight from that page to the actual offer, which is called a sales page. Some people call it a VSL or a sales letter. And most people just don't buy on the first time. It takes about 6 to 7 exposures before they make a buying decision. So in the meantime, when they go to the sales page and they click off the sales page, guess what? On that capture page that you had them at before you sent them to the sales page, you actually captured their name and email address. So then what you can do is use your autoresponder to follow up with them and send them broadcast emails, right? So we're going to be talking about that here in just a second on how to get started. So there's literally 6 steps that you're going to need to take to get started with email marketing. Step number 1 is you want to, and by the way, write this down, you want to choose a good provider. Okay, there's many autoresponders out there. Basically what an autoresponder is, it's a service that will log a huge list of email addresses. We're talking about hundreds of thousands if you have a big list. And then what you can do is you can email that list automatically. You can broadcast an email to that whole entire list or a portion of the list. And that's what gives you a lot of leverage. This is how people make, you know, $100,000 in one single day within 24 hours. There's even been people that have made over $1 million within 24 hours because they can just press a button, blast out an email to a ton of people, and then make money like that pretty much overnight. But it's not just about sending out, you know, emails out to a random list. It's all about the relationship that you have with that list and how you've conditioned them to actually purchase your offers, okay? So you want to choose a good provider. That could be GetResponse. That's the best autoresponder to start with for beginners. It's very newbie friendly. I will leave a link in the description actually to all my tools that I use inside of my business. There's also, I've heard good things about Aweber and MailChimp. I'm actually testing out Kartra right now because you want to test out, once you get more experienced with autoresponder services, you want to test out a few different ones to find out which ones will, you know, give you the highest rate of deliverability, which means out of 100 people, some autoresponders will only send your email to like 50. So you got 50% deliverability, where others will give you like 95, 96% deliverability. And it just depends on the servers that they use and, you know, the technical aspects of, you know, the autoresponder. And so you want to make sure once you gain some experience, you want to test some different autoresponders to find out which ones have really good deliverability, because sometimes some autoresponders will automatically send your emails to spam, okay, to people's spam folders, and then that just lowers your open rates and your click-through rates. So I would say, you know, GetResponse is a great way to start. After you kind of get some experience with that, you can advance to, you know, a company like MailChimp or even Aweber, okay? So that's number one. Number two is to set up an email address on a custom domain, which means when you send out an email, you want to make sure that it's a root domain that you're using and you're not sending emails from like a Gmail address. So instead of sending an email from like joshelder@gmail.com, I'd want to send an email from josh@joshelder.com, an actual paid for email address that you can purchase from, you know, a domain registrar like GoDaddy.com. They do offer, you know, email addresses as well. I think it's like maybe $4 or $5 a month. You definitely want to use one of those because your deliverability, once again, will be a lot higher using one of those versus using like a free email address like a Gmail email address or a Hotmail email address. So that's number two. Number three is you want to create a lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet would be in the form of a PDF. It could be a digital download like a guide, an ebook. It could be a video series. It could be one video. It could be an audio. So the reason why I want to create a lead magnet is because when we ask for somebody's email address, we need to give something in return because we're taking, right? So if we're going to take something, we want to give them something that would be twice as much value to them as them giving us their email address, okay? So you want to make sure that you have a lead magnet that's also congruent with whatever niche you're in. So if you're teaching people how to improve their soccer game, you'd probably want to have an ebook that's like the 10 tips to improve, you know, your kicking game, right? I don't know a whole lot about soccer, but that just came to mind. So you want to make sure that it solves one of the problems that your potential prospect has, and it builds trust. Because what will happen is when they go through that guide, they go through that report, ebook, or that video series, they get value, and then what happens is they are more likely to say, hey, this person's an authority. They're actually indoctrinated to you is what it's called. And so they build this trust with you. They're like, man, I'm liking this person. They're more likely to buy your products and services knowing that you solved one of their minor problems. Now you could solve one of their bigger problems. Okay, so you want to create a lead magnet. You can actually create a lead magnet yourself, taking your knowledge from your own head, putting it down on paper, or just setting up the camera and shooting a video. You can also use the knowledge from somebody else's knowledge, okay? And what you can do is you can give credit to them by making sure that you link out to the website that you took it from. Make sure that you properly give credit where credit's due. You can Google that on how to properly give credit to an author or somebody on the internet. And so you can create this little guide where you can gather all this information for people and organize it for them, right? So they're really getting value from it because there's so much information on the internet, but what people really pay for, because everything's pretty much free, people are paying for the organization of content, and that saves them time and it saves them money. Okay, and you can package this up, give it away to them. You could spend, a few hours, gathering all this data and kind of being the researcher, and then put it together and give it away as, an ebook or other, form of media. So after you do that, you need an opt-in page. You need to create a squeeze page, and the software that I use ClickFunnels. I use ClickFunnels for all of my funnel creation, all my web pages. And the reason why you don't want to just set up a random website and capture a name and email address is because there's so many options people can take when they go to a website. You want them to take one specific action, whether that be, entering their name, entering their email address, entering their name and email address and phone number. So it should be geared towards one specific action. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to design this capture page, and I will pop one up right here. And what it does is it has a headline, it has a sub-headline, and then it has a call to action telling people what to do next. So it basically lists what they're going to receive and how they can receive that. Okay, so you're going to want to use a funnel software to create an opt-in page, which is step number 4. And then number 5 is you want to create a follow-up series. Okay, this is where we get into the automation along with the opt-in page, right? We want to make sure that we create a follow-up series. So once we send people to a capture page, they enter their name and email address, and they go to a thank you page that basically says, hey, thank you for requesting to get access to this. Go ahead and check your email inbox, and you should have received an email to where you can get instant access to XYZ, whatever the lead magnet is. And so what they'll do is they'll go to their email inbox, and what you'll do in the autoresponder is you'll set up a series of emails that go out to your prospect automatically. And typically you would send 3 automated emails. You would send one right after they opted in so they can get access to what they initially requested, aka the lead magnet. And then you would wait a day, and then you will remind them, hey, did you receive XYZ guide, right? XYZ lead magnet. And so you're just basically reminding them, because chances are they might not go to their email inbox, they might forget, right? Life happens sometimes. So you want to remind them at least 2 or 3 times. On the 3rd time, you want to just thank them. Hey, thank you for being a subscriber. Thanks for being loyal. Again, if you didn't get access to this guide that you requested to get access to, make sure that you click here to get access to that. And then within the guide, what you can do that I didn't mention is you can actually have a little affiliate links that go out, or if you're selling your own product, you would just link people out to your product to where, it's like a sales page, or maybe they sign up for a webinar, and then you can further provide value and then, move into the sell. So you'll have 3 emails that go out after they opt in. After those emails, you can then start sending out broadcast emails. And broadcast emails are emails that aren't automated. They're emails where you basically go in, you write an email, and then you send it out to your whole entire list. Okay, so it's more custom, more personalized. And so a large percentage of my emails are broadcast emails. And the formula that you want to follow with these emails, you want to give value in the first broadcast email, and then give value in the second broadcast email, and then sell in the 3rd broadcast email. Because we're really building that trust, especially in the beginning. And then you would just repeat that pattern over and over and over and over again. And there are people out there that email once a week. There's people out there that email twice a week, 3 times. It really depends on how you want to market. I typically like to send out just a couple of emails every single week. Potent, high quality emails. So instead of just blasting out and spamming people, I like to separate myself by actually thinking methodically about, my emails, how I'm going to structure them, the value within them, because I keep in mind that the prospect you know, they may be in a place where they're on a bunch of other people's email lists. So I've got to do what I can to stand out, whether it's giving them more value, more potent value, making sure that I'm authentic, I communicate thoroughly with them, I'm transparent with them. So these are a few things that you can follow to improve your communication with your email list and you know, just your overall success with the email. So with that being said, I hope you got value from this video. If you did, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe. And if you want to learn how to build you know, email marketing / affiliate marketing business from complete scratch and you want to get started, go ahead and check out the link in the resource section below. Check out my top recommended system that I'm using right now to make a full-time income online. So with that said, this is Josh Elder signing off, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.